Hello friends, welcome to Coding Host YouTube channel. In this video, I will explain you a Leetcode problem, Richest Customer Wealth. So in this question, we will get a m into n integer grid accounts where accounts I and j is the amount of money ith customer has in the jth bank. Return the wealth that the richest customer has. So in the example 1, you can see that we have a 2D array, and in this 2D array we have two rows, this first row and this second row. This first row is for the first customer and this second row is the second customer. Inside these rows we have these values, and these values are the wealth of the customer having in different bank. So this is the wealth of the first customer which is having in 3 bank. So we have to find that whose wealth is the highest. So now let's write the program. So in the program, first I will take two variables, int max1 equal to 0 and max2 equal to 0. Then I will take for loop for int I equal to 0 and I less than accounts dot length, and after that I plus plus. Now inside this for loop I will take one more for loop for int j equal to 0 and j less than accounts of 0 dot length and j plus plus. Now in this for loop, in this max1 variable, I will add the element which is at index I and j. Then I will take a if statement if j is equal to accounts of 0 dot length minus 1. Then in this if statement we will check that if max1 is larger than max2, then in the max2 variable we will store max1, and in the last we will return our max2 variable. And after this if statement we also have to make this max1 variable equal to 0. Now let's run this program. So you can see that this program is working fine. Now let's see how this program is working. So you can see that in the program we will get a 2D array. So this first row is for the first customer, this second row is for the second customer. So this all elements in the first row is the wealth of the first customer, and elements in the second row is the wealth of the second customer. So we have to find that whose wealth is the highest. So we have to add the element of each row and then we have to compare them. So I have taken these two variables, max1 and max2. So in this both variables value is 0. Then I have taken two nested for loops. So this outside for loop is for rows and this inside for loop is for columns. So I is starting from 0. I is less than accounts dot length. So in this 2D array total rows is 2. So I is less than 2, yes. Then it will check in this next for loop for int j equal to 0. So j is starting from index 0. So then it will check that if j is less than accounts 0 dot length, so here it will check the number of columns. Total column is 3. So j is less than 3, yes. Then we will go inside this for loop, and in the max1 variable it will add the element which is at index I and j. So at index 0 and 0 element is 1. So in the max1 variable we will get 1. Then it will check that if j is equal to accounts of 0 dot length minus 1. So here we are checking that if the index of j is equal to the last index of this row. So last index of this row is 2 and right now j is 0. So it is not equal to 2. So this if condition will not execute. Then j plus plus. So j will become 1. Now in the max1 variable we will add the element at index 0 and 1. So at index 0 and 1 we have 2. So we will add 2 in the max1 variable. So now in the max1 variable we will get 3. After that again it will check here if j is equal to accounts of 0 dot length minus 1. So no, j is 1 and it is not equal to 2. Then j plus plus. So now j will become 2. Now it will add the element from index 0 and 2 in the max1 variable. So at index 0 and 2 element is 3. So now in the max1 variable we will get 6. After that it will check here if j is equal to accounts 0 dot length minus 1, yes. So j is at last index of this row, yes, it is 2. So this if condition is true, then it will check this inside if statement if max1 is larger than max2, yes, max2 is 0 and max1 is 6. So in the max2 variable now we have 6. Then we will make our max1 variable as 0. so max 1 will become 0, because now we have to check the values of next row and we have to add them in the max 1 variable. So now I plus plus, so I will become 1, so it will add the element of the next row in this max 1 variable. So first it will add 3, so in the max 1 variable we will get 3, then it will add 2, so it will become 5, then it will add 1, so it will become 6. So when the value of j will become 2, then in this if statement it will check if max 1 is larger than max 2. So you can see that max 1 is 6 and max 2 is also 6, so value of max 2 will remain 6, and then max 1 will become 0, then j will increment, so j will become 3, so j for loop will break, then I plus plus, so I will become 2, then this I for loop will also break, and in the last we will return our max 2 variable in which we have max wealth of the customer, which is 6. So now let's submit our program. So you can see that our program has submitted successfully, and the time complexity of this program is big of n square, because here we are using two nested for loops, and the space complexity of this program is big of 1, because here we are using two variables. Thanks for watching.